here on Ron's DJI Mini 3 Pro channel here, where we cover everything Mini 3 here, and we've got a big item here for you today. Actually, a small item, but big as far as I'm concerned. I finally got my ND filters in for the Mini 3, and why this is such a big deal for the Mini 3 we will discuss in just a moment, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with the unboxing and first look at these ND filters. Alright folks, I'm back here with the Skyreat set of ND filters for the DJI Mini 3, our favorite little Mini 3 drone this year here, and let me get some of the basics out of the way first. This is a 6-pack here. Filters. You get a polarized filter, a ND8, ND16, ND32, ND64, and ND128, and it says for the Mini 3 Pro lens filters. And why I chose the Skyreat is I had no other choice. I wanted ND filters right away, because if you have this drone and you know what it's like in bright light, it has that 1.7 inch aperture on it, and that larger than usual for mini drone sensor of 1/1/3, so it lets in a ton of light. So you can imagine what that does to your shutter. I mean, my shutter at typical daylight time is like 1/2000, and actually a couple stops above 1/2000. So the shutter is just it's just run at incredible big numbers there. So ND filters, and you can't. This doesn't have a adjustable manual aperture, so you cannot use the aperture to help control your light or whatever. So if you try to do your 1A roll where you're shooting at say 60 frames per second and trying to double it with a 120 shutter speed, well, you'd be so overexposed you'd look like you were flying on the surface of the sun. So like you're trying to fly 4K 60 in a bright daylight, you need, again, it would be like 2000 or above shutter to keep the exposure decent. So we hope to cure that with these filters. And again, why did I choose the Skyreat filters? Well, the DJI ones are on back order. You can't even, all you can do with DJI is just, they'll send, get on the waiting list. They'll send you email when they're available. Well, I've been on the waiting list since the drone came out. The freewell filters, a lot of people love the freewells. It looks like they're made, like you go to the website, you can see them all, but, they don't seem to be really shipping, or you get these real far out advanced times, like it won't come until the middle of July or something like that. So, and I always have my pet peeve with Freewell. If you order directly from Freewell, they'll charge you $20 shipping fee to send a box of filters or whatever. That's just a standard shipping fee of $20. So I always wait and get them on Amazon. So, but again, even if you ordered from Freewell today, you would not get like a 2 or 3 day shipping time. It'd be some outdate. And I don't think Polar Pro has even announced or they're not even showing any Mini 3 filters on their site. So anyhow, so we went with Skyreat. They're available off of Amazon. I've used Skyreat filters before on many drones for the same reason. I want my ND filters when I get the drone, not 3 months later. So I ordered the Skyreat so I have something right away, so I don't have 3 months of footage I can't really use because the shutter is incredibly high because I don't have the right filter. So sorry to go on about that. But okay, let's see what we got in the box here. Let me finish the details here. Sorry, the devil's in the details, they always say. These are currently shipping on Amazon.com. Free 2-day Prime shipping if you're a Prime member. They currently, as of when I ordered, they were $49.99. So and they were available to ship within just a couple of days. Like I got the 2-day shipping. So there you go. So let's get to the details here. Okay, I've already cut that the box open here. So let's see here. These are made in China. If that means anything to anybody, and it's telling you they're new here, good thing they didn't send used ones. Okay, there we go. It's everything in the box. So we'll put the box to the side here now. And here you got a little jewel case, which you usually do with these things, and this is just, you get like one of those little cleaning cloths. They're always good to have, so I'll put that in the case of the drone, so it'll have its own cleaning cloth. Okay, we've got extra plastic here to protect the jewel case. One piece of plastic. Okay, here are the, the filters. It's hard to see with the, it's too light in here. See it a little bit better there. There you go. So yeah, so we've already went over which filters we have. So I think, of course, I'm just guessing here since I haven't used them yet. The most useful filters are going to be the higher numbers. I'm even thinking the ND64 will be my go-to filter in daylight, bright daylight time situations here, especially down at the shore around the beach and the water, where you get a lot of reflections and so on. But let me give you some comparison. The DJI filter kit that directly from DJI that they released alongside the drone that you cannot get, it comes with a 16, a 64, and a 256 in there. Very similar to the filter kit that came with the Mavic Air 2. And now for for that drone, the 16 was probably very useful because I had the typical larger aperture, probably 2.8. I'm just guessing there. I forget. I had the Air 2, but not anymore. And 256, I'd maybe that was useful some slow photography type situations. But this kit, what I like is, I think the 8's not going to be of much use to some flying, near sunset or something like that. But I believe the three top filters, the 32, 64, and the 128. I may even need the 128 in extremely bright situations. We don't know until we get out to the field and test them. I know the Freewell kit, they had, and they said the DJI kit was only 3 filters. The Freewell kit, I believe, was also 6 filters for, I believe, the same price, $49.99. But they included like a 4, ND filter, which I never found a lot of use for 4s, and especially on a drone with this 1.7 aperture, I don't think a 4 is going to be a whole lot of use. It's going to be a real specialized lens. I think the Freewell kit, instead of having that 128, they got like a 256. They may even have like 1,000 in there. So they have some ones that are real specialized filters for like kind of some slow, long exposure, slow photography type thing. So I think this kit may fit, more basic, video filming actions here or whatever. So let's see how hard they are to get on. Now I haven't looked at this yet at all, so we're gonna test out here. Now these ND filters on these drones. Sometimes that's the hardest part of the drone is to get the ND filters on off of certain drones. So this could take 5 seconds or 5 minutes here. So just take a seat here, get comfortable. We'll see how it goes. Okay, we took the lens cover protector off there, gimbal guard, as some say. So here is our, camera, and you can almost see it looks like it's got a filter on there already. Whether that's clear glass or just a frame, I do not know. So let's put it down here. I'm gonna try to keep it in focus here. See if I can figure this out. I'm gonna aim it towards me just so I can. Okay, it seems to come off real easy. It's going to require like a clockwise motion here. I'm trying to get it here so I get it. I could do it, hold it towards myself, but it's hard to hold it towards the camera. A counterclockwise motion there, and this whole piece came off. Oops, this whole piece came off like this, and that's what it looks like without an ND filter on it. There you can see there you got the light. And here's the filter that I took off, which I believe is it's a hole in there. There's no glass in there at all. So we're going to put that down to the side here. And we're going to grab a filter out of the case here. So let's go right to I'm trying to see where it's on they're on the side here. If you can see this side here has the filter numbers on it. The top just has the branding. So let's go with the just for giggles here. Let's go with the 32. So I got the 32 in my hand. Now this is it looks different than the just the cover on there that says the aperture on there and the I guess the focal length on there. So let's see how this goes on here. So let's see here. You know how this is, you always feel like you know, you're going to destroy these things. Okay, it was simple. It just you know, just lay it on top there and do a simple you know, kind of clockwise move, and it goes on there. Maybe it'll go on counterclockwise too. But it was very easy to get on, very easy. You know, I wanted to go gentle because the first time, but it was real easy. So. So it's hard to show this stuff on camera because these things are so tiny and you got to get your you know, fingers in there. But to get it off, just you know, counterclockwise, and then you know, lock it again. Clockwise. Again, I'm sorry that it's so hard to show this because my hands take up all the space. You know, when I'm trying to get on and off, I have to hold it and use other hands. I cannot show it and keep my hands out of the camera at the same time. But it was very easy to get them on there. Just again, you know, kind of clockwise to take it off, clockwise to snap the new one on. So yeah, so among drones, this is easier than you know, than most of them. It's the Mavic 3. It's easier than the Mavic 3. I mean, yeah, I'm going to say maybe it's about the same as getting them on the Air 2S. And I hate the Mini 2 or Mini 1 series where you have to put them in the holes in the top of the camera. I never like that. I never feel like they're on securely or lined up correctly. So that's just me. It works just fine. It's just I don't like it, but no, this is, you know, this is fairly easy. I was surprised. So okay, that's it kind of for the unboxing portion of the video. Next step will be to take this puppy out into the field and you see how she does out there in bright light. See if I can get my shutter speed down to a respectable level here. And you know, just to clarify, these are just NDs. They're not polarized, so they're not gonna you know, polarization is good for many things here. You know, cutting down reflection, especially in water, shiny objects, but also what the polarized filters do. If you're out on a real sunny, bright day and you're so overexposed, you're kind of washing the color out of everything in the picture or video or whatever. The polarized, you know, help bring it back again, bring the colors and some of the detail back that are getting washed out by the overexposure. That's the value the polarized part of the equation here, and again, but ND filters, as far as leaving light in, are completely different than, or almost completely different than polarization. But they can be combined into one filter. But these are just, you know, these are just ND. So whether you just prefer a straight ND or whether you want an ND/polarizer, you know, it's completely up to you. And of course, you could get, you know, sets of each or whatever for different situations, but these are not polarized except the one polarizer lens they gave me, which would be, you know, good if you were just doing just photos. You don't really need to slow your shutter speed down, particularly on most occasions when you're just taking photos. So the polarizer lens would be a good you know, photo taking filter to put on. So anyhow, I'm gonna wrap the video up. If any questions about, you know, ND filters in general, or the Skyreat pack, and I can't answer any questions at this point how the Skyreats compare to the Freewells and Polar Pros and DJIs, because I don't have them. They're unavailable to me right now for testing, so I just got what I could first. I've used Skyreat in on other drones, and they're, you know, to me they're comparable to the more expensive brands, even though they're sort of seen as a budget maker of filters here. But I mean, these are the same price as the Freewell all day pack or whatever. So not that much more budget anymore. So anyhow, that's it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you got anything out of this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Remember, you may have been a subscriber in the past, but you may have got unsubscribed. So check to see if you're still subscribed. Hit the bell notification so you'll know if I got more videos out. And if you did like this video or like the content, they got a new button in there called the thanks button where you can go over and donate a little something to the channel. I think as little as $1.99, and those donations will help me, get more things in, like ND filters and cases and things like that, to review as part of my accessory component to my drone reviews. So that's it, folks. Get out there and, fly if you got them, folks. And we'll see you the next one.